Ready, Madam Clerk?
Yes, Your Honor.
Very good. We'll go ahead and call this regular meeting of the East Peoria City Council to order. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Decker,
Here.
Hill,
Here.
Mingus.
Here.
Sutherland,
Here.
Mayor Call.
Here.
All present, Your Honor.
Thank you. Please rise for the invocation and remain standing for the pledge.
Shall we pray? Heavenly Father, thank you for this day and every day you give us. Let us pause for a moment of reflection. We gather today in the heart of summer, a season of warmth, high energy, and visible growth. Look around our city, we see our parks filled, our local businesses bustling, and our infrastructure moving forward. We're deeply grateful for this season of productivity and positive momentum carrying in our community. We ask for the wisdom and clear vision for this council. Guide these leaders to make our decisions that sustain our current development and secure our future prosperity. May their choices reflect the highest good for all who care or who call this city home. In your name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Approval of the minutes, please.
Mr. Mayor, I move that the minutes of the regular meeting held on July 7th, 2026 be approved as printed.
May I have a second, please?
Second.
Thank you, Commissioner Decker. Any discussion? Hearing none. Roll call.
Commissioner Decker,
Aye.
Hill,
Aye.
Mingus.
Aye.
Sutherland,
Aye.
Mayor Call.
Aye.
All present voting aye, Your Honor.
Thank you. Motion carried. I have nothing under communication. Public comment. Anyone wish to address the council on an agenda item? Please step forward. I'm seeing no one. Commissioner Hill, turn it over to you.
Mr. Mayor, I move to adopt a consent agenda consisting of items numbered 1 through 3. Item number 1, adoption of resolution number 2627-040. Resolution to approve payment of the scheduled bills listed on schedule number 5 in the amount of $5,197,873.90. Item number 2, adoption of resolution number 2627-035 on second reading. Resolution accepting the proposal from McQueen Equipment LLC for the purchase of an ambulance for the fire department. Item number 3, adoption of resolution number 2627-034 on second reading. Resolution approving an agreement between the City of East Peoria and the Policemen's Benevolent Labor Committee for the 3-year term commencing on May 1st, 2026 and terminating on April 30th, 2029. As listed on the agenda for this meeting to be considered by omnibus vote.
May I have a second, please?
Second.
Oh,
You can have it, Commissioner Decker.
Commissioner Decker. Any discussion? Hearing none. Roll call.
Commissioner Decker,
Aye.
Hill,
Aye.
Mingus.
Aye.
Sutherland,
Aye.
Mayor Call.
Aye.
All present voting aye, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Mr. Mayor, I move you that items numbered 1 through 3 listed on the consent agenda be hereby approved and adopted, and the items numbered 2 through 3, having been read once by their title and having laid on the table for no less than 1 week for public inspection, be adopted as presented.
May I have a second, please?
Second.
Thank you, Commissioner Mingus. Any discussion? Hearing none. Roll call.
Commissioner Decker,
Aye.
Hill,
Aye.
Mingus.
Aye.
Sutherland,
Aye.
Mayor Call.
Aye.
All present voting aye, Your Honor.
Thank you. Motion carried.
Mr. Mayor, I move you that ordinance number 4916 here to attach, an ordinance providing for supplemental appropriations for the fiscal year commencing the first Monday in May, AD 2026, having been read once by its title and have laid on the table for no less than 1 week for public inspection, be adopted as presented.
May I have a second, please?
Second.
Thank you, Commissioner Decker.
Well, this is the second reading. This is so I probably won't go into as much details as we did last week, but on April 7th, this council passed the appropriations ordinance. And the state law allows the city to amend the appropriations ordinance if unforeseen expenses come up. And that's what we have. This amended appropriations is for the second item that we have listed tonight, and that's for the purchase of property. So we'll get to that. So what we have on the table is simply we're amending our appropriations ordinance based on the law of new unexpected expenses that have come up.
Very good. Any discussion? Hearing none. Roll call.
Commissioner Decker,
Aye.
Hill,
Aye.
Mingus.
Aye.
Sutherland,
Aye.
Mayor Call.
Aye.
All present voting, aye, Your Honor.
Thank you. Motion carried.
Mr. Mayor, I move you that ordinance number 4915 here to attach an ordinance approving purchase of real estate located between US 24 and Centennial Drive for future development, having been read once by its title and have laid on the table for no less than 1 week for public inspection, be adopted as presented.
May I have a second, please?
Second.
Thank you, Commissioner Vegas.
So the amended appropriation ordinance is referring to this. The city became aware of an auction that the Kyle and Bly farm, 3 tracts of property that were 272 acres. And we went to the auction and bid on those, and we won at a price of $19,100 per acre for a total of, let's see, I've got 2 different totals. The 5,204,638 is not the complete cost. I think the 5,250,000 was complete cost for the purchase of this property. Properties. Again, as we stated last week, the intent here was we've got property that was bordering our city limits. And this property really, I say generically describe it as going from Quail Meadow to Grange all the way over to Business 24. Roughly, if you want the exact dimensions or tracks, but again, 272 acres. We thought it was in the best interest of the city of East Peoria to secure that property so that we also can control how that property is developed to the benefit of our residents.
Very good. Any discussion? Hearing none. Roll call.
Commissioner Decker,
Aye.
Hill,
Aye.
Mingus,
Aye.
Sutherland,
Aye.
Mayor Call.
Aye.
All present voting, aye, Your Honor.
Thank you. Motion carried.
Mr. Mayor, I move you that ordinance number 4918 here to attach an ordinance authorizing a special use for an accessory structure on property located at 311 Shady Lane in the city of East Peoria, Tazewell County, Illinois, be accepted on its first reading as read by its title and be laid on the table for no less than 1 week for public inspection.
May I have a second, please?
Second.
Thank you, Commissioner Decker.
Okay, we've got Chris McGrew, 311 Shady Lane. I used to live on Shady Lane. Do not know Chris McGrew, so we'll just put that out front. Many, many years ago, I was at 115 Shady Lane, so know the street very well. This happens to be one of the properties that abuts the interstate, so it's at the very end. And the petitioner went to the Zoning Board of Appeals and was asking for a 1,600 square foot accessory structure. And the reason they're in front of the zoning board and us is that our current structure was 1,200, but it was greater than allowed by our current code. So the ZBA heard the case. The ZBA, the information packet presented that the building will have vinyl siding and be hard surface to the accessory structure. So the ZBA voted 7-0 to recommend based on the conditions that it had vinyl siding, which was already in the proposal, and the hard surface to the building. And so that's what we have in front of us.
Very good. Any discussion? Hearing none. Roll call.
Commissioner Decker,
Aye.
Hill,
Aye.
Mingus,
Aye.
Sutherland,
Aye.
Mayor Call.
Aye.
All present voting, aye, Your Honor.
Thank you. Motion carried.
Be it resolved by the Council of the City of East Peoria, Illinois, that resolution number 2627-037, resolution approving Microsoft software licensing renewal for the city be approved. Mr. Mayor, I move you that this resolution number 2627-037 be accepted on its first reading as read by its title and be laid on the table for no less than 1 week for public inspection.
May I have a second, please?
Second.
Thank you, Commissioner Mingus.
Well, if anybody in the world today faces this similar issue, we're on a Microsoft-based city and have all the products on all of our computers, and so we have an annual renewal rate of the cost for going through CDW-Z or G, $52,130.54. And so we are required on an annual basis, just like the homeowners, residential, or anybody, that you renew your license periodically. So,
Very good. Any discussion? Hearing none. Roll call.
Commissioner Decker,
Aye.
Hill,
aye.
Mingus,
Aye.
Sutherland,
Aye.
Mayor Call.
Aye.
All present voting, aye, Your Honor.
Thank you. Motion carried.
Mr. Mayor, I move you that ordinance number 4917 hereto attached, an ordinance regarding the salary of the city's mayor subsequent to the 2027 municipal election who serves as a full-time basis and performs chief executive officer duties in lieu of employing a city administrator be accepted on its first reading as read by the title and be laid on the table for no less than 1 week for public inspection.
May I have a second, please?
Second.
Thank you, Commissioner Miggs.
Okay. Well, on a more or less on a 4-year basis, we look at the city mayor, and the administrator. You know, in the description, it called it the chief executive officer duties. And every 4 years, we look at the market. We assess where the current rate for the mayor, for a city administrator. And what we have in front of us today is an adjustment that we do based on the market. And so what's in front of us, and actually I don't even have the rate at 100. Let me see the exact rate. I was simply rounding to 160 or 128 at one point. So I want to see. I forgot what the exact number 128, 733. And 43 cents. And what that represents is looking at the market. If we went out, well, let me back up a little bit. We've got a structure where we can have a part-time mayor, we can have a full-time mayor, and then we can have a full-time mayor doing the job of the city administrator. And so we go out to the market and we assess the market and see where the market for any given position, in this case, it's the one I just described. So if you look around in some of the numbers, we don't usually compare ourselves to Peoria, the city of Peoria. Peoria city manager comes in at 233,557. If we look at a little more comparable, Pekin is 184,000, almost 185,000 with benefits, 193,000. And Washington administrator is 180,000, full benefits, over 212. So we look at that because that's important in our particular structure. We have benefited from, one, not employing, that was just a city administrator role, by the way, of having a person devoted not only as acting as the mayor, but the mayor's job and doing the chief executive officer's role as well. And we don't pay them both salaries. And so, because if we did, it would be obviously well over those amounts of even competing cities. So, but we do consider that the role, if the city council determines after the election that the mayor will operate as a full-time mayor and as administrator, this wage that we're talking about tonight comes into play. And so, again, it's an adjustment that we look at as the market every 4 years or roughly 4 years, and it's required by state law that we do it before. So it applies to whomever may win the next election, and it would affect the mayoral rate after 27. So that's what we have.
Very good. Discussion?
Mayor, I just want to be real honest and not have anybody think that I'm going to vote no, but not because I disagree with the resolution. I actually agree with it. I think the commissioner's done a very good job of evaluating the different salaries, and I'm someone that always believes that all salaries should be equivalent to what their job is. So I think that he's correct in his analysis. My concern is more for other areas in our city, and it's just when Scott brought it up to me a few weeks ago, I told him that I'm supportive of the idea of the resolution, but I'm afraid that doing so right now without fixing some of our other concerns in the city, salaries, and I'll point out the fire department is the one that one of two that I know really well, but they've lost quite a few members. They've had a very high turnover rate. They've had a very large decrease in years of longevity or years of experience, and it's concerning for me. So I would ask or I asked Scott that if we could push this off at all until we make some improvements, because I spoke with Commissioner Mingus this week, and the city of Peoria is testing here soon. And what I don't want to do is lose any of our firefighters to the city of Peoria. So I know that drawing comparison between these two, some may say, well, why? It's two completely different jobs, and I agree. But I think that by fixing one without fixing the other causes me concern, and I believe that will cause concern for a lot of employees as well. So for that reason, I'm going to vote no. Having said that, I'd like to entertain, and I know that we will have discussion on this, but if we can come up with a plan for the fire department, I would love to support this here in 2 weeks. So.
Other comments, discussion?
Sure, I'll put in 2 bits here. I think they're completely different subjects. I know that if whoever gets elected for mayor next term, if they choose to be or not to be holding the same offices and the same jobs in the city of East Peoria, we have to make that decision today or in the very near future to make it happen for the next election. You can't wait till somebody's elected and then choose to give them a raise. That's a no-no. So if we're gonna choose between the rate that we're paying Mayor Call right now and having to hire a city administrator at $180,000 maybe plus have to pay for a mayor, I'm all for the way we're doing it. We're doing fine right now. So it's a completely different subject. And don't get me wrong, I know that there's a possible money problem out there with the fire department compared to other communities, but we're in the middle of a contract with them now, and it's not even up yet. So I think that we're getting the cart before the horse here a little bit, just a little bit. I'm done.
Good, thank you, Commissioner.
I'll address a couple different issues. I'd have talked to Commissioner Decker about the fire department. I will say I've talked to the mayor and actually left his office prior to this meeting to talk about the salaries of the fire department. I can see where we can tie salary increases in general. If what's good for the goose is good for the gander type mentality, which I do think is valid, and I think that I know that that's something we're going to talk about in an executive session after this meeting. I don't know if we're supposed to say that, but it's going to be collective bargaining, and that's going to be something that I'm going to address with the council. Here's what I would say. I heard Commissioner Hill use the word market rate, and I agree that $128,000 for the mayor as a city administrator is a market rate, and he deserves that. He works hard. Man doesn't take days off. I don't have an issue with his salary at $128,000 if it's him. And again, I think it's important to note that we're not setting a salary for John Call. We're setting a salary for the next mayor. But if that happens to be John Call, he deserves and it's worth every bit of $128,000. I also understand that we have major issues in the fire department. I'll publicly say it. We have a 50% retention rate in the fire department. Our starting firefighters make $10,000 less than the next highest or next lowest fire department. And it takes our guys 7 years to get where they are in year 3 to get to base. We have an issue. It was an issue that was created with negotiations years ago that saved the city a lot of money, but it's outdated and it does need to be fixed. And I'm going to talk to the rest of the council about that. The mayor and I have had good conversation about it. We continue to have good conversation about it. 25 minutes ago, Commissioner Decker and I have had good conversation about it. I'm going to support this. It's going to come to a second vote. I just hope that my fellow commissioners, mayor, look at the fire department conversation at a fair market rate, just like we look at the city administrator mayor conversation as a fair market rate. Because right now our starting firefighters all the way to year 6 are not at a fair market rate. They are less than anybody else. And we need to continue to retain them. We need to make sure that we have qualified people showing up to the resident's house when 911 is called. But to Commissioner Stutterland's point, that's not what we're voting on tonight. That's a conversation that was brought up. We're voting on the mayoral salary for the next mayor, and I'm going to support it tonight. But I do hope that we have good conversation. And I did publicly, Commissioner Hill used the word market rate. I hope that that's how we look at all positions in the city.
Okay, I typically reserve comment, and I typically abstain because I do hold the office of mayor currently. But I think the public deserves to hear some comments from me. I find the comments from Commissioner Decker absolutely insulting, and the fact that we're bringing up collective bargaining negotiation items in a public meeting nauseates me. I think this council is better than that. We have been so professional until tonight, and to tie the mayor's salary into something when we have a collective bargaining agreement in place, it's one thing to have discussions. This is not how we do business. We're better than this. And I just find the whole thing insulting. I'm abstaining. I'm not voting on this. And the law is clear that this is to be done 120 days prior to an election. I asked the city attorney to bring this forward. We had discussions back in February because I didn't want this to be a point of contention for anybody. And at the end of the day, within the next 30 days, everybody's going to find out who's running for re-election and who's not. And it's what I didn't want was going down to the wire and having this look like there's a conflict from anybody. And that you guys were doing this for John or I was doing this for myself. This is why I asked for this to come in front of council months ago. And it kind of pisses me off that here we are tonight and you're going to sit there and insult me with what I think I've done for the last 7 years and hold that over my head? Shame on you guys. Roll call.
Commissioner Decker?
No.
Hill?
Yes.
Mingus?
Aye.
Sutherland?
Aye.
Mayor Call?
Abstain.
I have 3 ayes, 1 no, and 1 abstention, Your Honor.
Thank you. Motion carried.
Your Honor, that completes it for me tonight.
Very good. Commissioner Decker.
I have one item tonight, resolution number 2627-038. Whereas Danny Chambers has been continuously employed by the city from October 8, 2021 through the end of the day on August 5, 2026, most recently occupying the position of street laborer driver. Whereas Danny Chambers announced his intention to retire from employment effective on May 5, 2026, and whereas the city is appreciative of the long and continued service provided by Danny Chambers, and whereas in the best interest of the city to execute the attached separation agreement, now therefore be resolved by the council of the city of East Peoria, Tazewell County, Illinois, that Section 1, the above recitals are found to be true and correct. Section 2, the mayor is hereby authorized to execute the separation agreement with such changes as the mayor in his sole discretion may decide are in the best interest of the city of East Peoria. Mr. Mayor, I move you the resolution number 2627-038 be adopted as presented.
May I have a second, please?
Second.
Thank you. Commissioner Mangus?
Thank you, Mr. Mingus. This goes without saying, Danny Chambers is he's just a good guy. He's fun to talk to. He's been a part of the city for a long time, and he's one of those gentlemen that comes to work, doesn't complain, and whenever you see him, I won't say he talks a lot because he's not someone who just is chatty like I can be sometimes, but he's just someone who, when he gives you your opinion, it's someone that you want to listen to because it's well thought out. I really like Danny, and I hope that he really enjoys himself in retirement.
Good. Any other discussion?
Yeah, I've known Danny. I had his kids in class. I've known him for quite a while. He's just a really nice guy, and wish him the best of luck in retirement.
Very good. Anyone else? Yeah, I'd just like to throw my hat out to Danny. Everything they've said is absolutely spot on with that gentleman. Commissioner Sutherland and I were talking. He's like, man, I'm not sure that I know him. I said, if you saw him, you'd know him. He's always got a smile on his face. He's a hard worker and just a genuinely nice person. So wish him well in his retirement. Thank him for his nearly 25 years of service, and hope whatever he does next is more relaxing and enjoyable. So, roll call.
Commissioner Decker?
Aye.
Hill?
Aye.
Mingus?
Aye.
Sutherland?
Aye.
Mayor Call?
Aye.
All present voting aye, Your Honor.
Thank you. Motion carried.
That is all I have tonight.
Very good. Thank you. Commissioner Sutherland.
I have nothing tonight, Your Honor.
Very good. Commissioner Mingus.
Two items tonight, Your Honor. First one, ordinance number 4920. Mr. Mayor, I move you that ordinance number 4920 hereto attached, an ordinance amending city code provisions regulating residential solicitors in Chapter 4 of Title 10 of the City of Chapter 4 of Title 10 of the City of East Peoria be accepted on its first reading as read by its title and be laid on the table for no less than 1 week for public inspection.
May I have a second, please?
Second.
Thank you, Commissioner Decker.
I'm just going to turn this one over to you, Scott. I think, I read through it, but you'll probably be able to explain it a little better than me.
Sure, Commissioner Mingus. I was contacted by the police chief. They're the ones who oversee the residential solicitation registration process here in the city. Basically, if a solicitor comes to East Peoria, they need to register, and that's for in simplest of terms, is someone who's trying to sell you something. So there's a process to do that. The police department was reviewing this and saw that it was a little bit outdated, so that's what we're updating that and amending it to kind of bring it up to speed and to just make it clear that it's first off required and second just how it's going to be applied. So that's what's going on with this.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, I'll just add a couple things to that. You know, the chief and I spoke, and I think we're in lockstep, and I think the citizens will appreciate this change in the ordinance. It's become so ridiculous. Seems like night after night you're dealing with, anywhere between 2 and 6 people showing up in your neighborhood beating on your doors. And we recently had a company that sent 40 people into the police station to solicit on their behalf, and that's what kind of drove this. A lot of communities have similar restrictions, and I think the citizens will appreciate if we support this tonight. But open it up for discussion.
Well, one thing I'm definitely in support of, I think one of the restriction or changes that you just mentioned is restricting his skies down to 6 per company. Because I've seen them, and actually I saw the door-to-door solicitors, and they don't care and they don't listen. Even when our current ordinance today says everyone has to register with the police department, they have to, for whichever company it is, they have to have a license from the police department in their name. So I've asked a couple of solicitors to come to my door, and they clam up real quick, and or start making excuses about having one for Peoria or having it in their car. So I graciously remind them that East Peoria is a different city than Peoria, so even if you've got one for Peoria, it doesn't apply here. And then you make an excuse of, it's in their car. So I would encourage the citizens of East Peoria to, before the spiel even starts, if you have a solicitor at your door, ask them for them to show you their license in their name for the company that they're represented in. And I would even say, now that we're going to restrict it, you might even want to ask for you to show an ID that matches the name on the license that's issued again from the police department. So it could shut them down real quick, which if you don't want to entertain or talk to them, that's your right. And then if you feel the need, you can also make a call into the East Peoria Police Department and say there's an illegal door-to-door solicitor. So I'm all for this. If you want to talk to them, great. If you don't, you shouldn't have to. And they should provide proof that they followed the rules that are in place for East Peoria.
Very good. Any other discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Commissioner Decker?
Aye.
Hill?
Aye.
Mingus?
Aye.
Sutherland?
Aye.
Mayor Call?
Aye.
All present voting aye, Your Honor.
Thank you. Motion carried.
Second item tonight, Your Honor, Second item tonight, Your Honor, Resolution 2627-039. Be it resolved by the Council of the City of East Peoria, Illinois, that Resolution number 2627-039, resolution approving the purchase of new air packs from Municipal Emergency Services, Inc. for the city's fire department be approved. Mr. Mayor, I move you that this resolution number 2627-039 be accepted on its first reading as read by its title and be laid on the table for no less than 1 week for public inspection.
May I have a second, please?
Second.
Thank you, Commissioner Decker.
Thank you, Commissioner Decker. This is a budgeted item that we purchase from time to time for the fire department. 2 air packs, total cost $21,814.
Very good. Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Commissioner Decker?
Aye.
Hill?
Aye.
Mingus?
Aye.
Sutherland?
Aye.
Mayor Call?
Aye.
All present voting aye, Your Honor.
Thank you. Motion carried.
That's all I have tonight, Your Honor.
Very good. Thank you. Comments from the audience? Anyone wish to address the council on a non-agenda item? Anything on your mind you want to talk about? Seeing no one step forward, comments from the council, Commissioner Decker.
Yeah, I have two things. First of all, wasn't going to comment, but my comments a few minutes ago, if you remember, were not directed at you, Mayor. In fact, thought you've done a fine job, and I thought the salary was appropriate. It was recommended. But when our city attorney asked me about it 3 weeks ago, I told him my reservations. And I also know that I believe that this year, do we have a wage reopener, or at least something that allows us to at least speak about wages in the fire department?
We've not even
no,
engaged the
please, don't
union.
interrupt me. This is extremely appropriate because we're talking about the salary of an employee. And I see a big problem in a different department that we have. And we have an upcoming test with a surrounding community. So that's my reason. I started weeks ago talking about this. Whether it was conveyed to you or not, I don't know. But if I said something that seemed like I was attacking you, that was not my intention. I agree with it. I would vote for this resolution. I just think that we need to correct, at least have this conversation and correct the other. If not, we will cause a larger problem in the fire department in the coming weeks. So with that, Mr. Mayor, I move to a closed meeting or session of the City Council be held at the conclusion of this regular meeting, discuss the following matter or matters according to exceptions provided in the Open Meetings Act and specified as follows. Section 2C2, collective negotiating matters between the public body and its employees and their representatives or deliberations concerning salary schedules for one or more classes of employees. Section 2C6, the setting of price for the sale or lease of property owned by the public body.
Have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Commissioner Mingus. Roll call?
Commissioner Decker?
Aye.
Hill?
Aye.
Mingus?
Aye.
Sutherland?
Aye.
Mayor Call?
Aye.
All present voting aye, Your Honor.
Thank you. Motion carried.
That's all I have.
Commissioner Hill.
On a more positive note, we've got the farmers market that is still got 6 weeks to go, and it's been, I haven't made all of them like I had in the last 5 years when I was running it, but it looks a lot of vendors, a lot of variety, a lot of change, new venue out here in the park. So if you're not doing anything, Fridays from 4 to 7, you got 6 more weeks. That'll be it for me, Mayor.
Very good.
Commissioner Sullivan.
Okay, I got a couple things on my chest. I think I'm probably the only commissioner over the sewer department that tries to keep warning people, don't throw chemicals down the toilet because it goes directly into the river. I had a customer come in and they had a clogged sewer. And they spent so far close to $800 to unclog it because it was full of wipes. Guys, it's going to cost you money, and it did this family. And I told them, I said, and it can, if it flows down and clogs up the city sewers, I'm going to send you a bill. So just beware of that, guys. If you're putting stuff down the toilet, down your sewer, that's going to affect the environment or affect our sewer treatment plants, I'm going to come after you. I've got no choice doing my job. I'm really not for sure where I stand with the fire department conversation right now. We're a little bit of a weird community, and I still don't understand it as good as I should. That our fire department, we don't have any quote unquote firemen that are on our fire department. We carry all EMTs, and they do a dual job. So we pay more money for quality people. So it may be something to take a look at by, whether we want to or not, by taking a look at having firemen paid at a lower rate and moving some money around for people that are got more education, more qualifications, for EMTs, of course. So that's just my first thought out of my my mind. I'm not a very smart person, though. I'm done.
Just real quick, and we're going to talk about the fire thing more later, so I don't want to belabor that because I think that's something that is going to be talked about later. All of our firemen are firemen, though. They all are the exact same qualified firefighters that Peoria has, Bloomington has. They go to actually to the exact same academy. The difference with our guys, just for the record for the public, is not only are they firefighters who have been the firefighting academy, they're also all supposed to be paramedics, at least by year 3. That is different than most communities. So actually, our guys are more qualified than the neighboring communities. I know Peoria also has paramedics and Pekin has paramedics, but our expectation is that all of them are not only firefighters who graduated Fire Academy, but also paramedics. So just clarify that. But we'll get into that
Gotcha.
more.
Yeah,
Thank
yeah, I get
Commissioner.
you.
I have nothing else, Your Honor.
Very good. No further comment. Seek a motion to adjourn.
Mr. Mayor, I move that we adjourn until Tuesday evening, August 4th, 2026 at 6 p.m.
May I have a second, please?
Second.
Thank you, Commissioner Mangus. Any discussion? Hearing none. Roll call.
Commissioner Decker?
Aye.
Hill?
Aye.
Mingus?
Aye.
Sutherland?
Aye.
Mayor Call?
Aye.
All present voting aye, Your Honor.
Thank you. We're adjourned until we meet again.